Ten Hag's plan to destroy Bournemouth. Manchester United manager Erik ten Hag is gearing up for the Bournemouth game all week to continue his good performances in the Premier League. Ten Hag frequently warned its players in today's training and conveyed Bournemouth's shortcomings to their players. Ten Hag, who want constant pressure on Bournemouth midfield, will force the opponent to make mistakes. Ten Hag thinks the return of Alejandro Garnacho and Rashford to training will improve their plan. Ten Hag wants constant pressure on Philip Billing and Jefferson Lerma in the midfield. Alerting Rashford, Ten Hag talked about Bournemouth's defender Lloyd Kelly's weaknesses and how he could easily overtake him. In this way, tactical training will continue until the last day. Manchester United ready to double Jack Butland's wages in bid to sign him permanently. Manchester United want to sign Jack Butland permanently and hijack Rangers' move for him, reports the Scottish Sun. The English goalkeeper joined the Red Devils on loan in January from Crystal Palace after Newcastle United recalled Martin Dubravka. Butland is out of contract at the end of the season, and Rangers are keen on taking him to the Scottish Premiership. However, Man United are now interested in keeping the 30-year-old permanently. The Red Devils are ready to double the salary offer Rangers have made to him. The Ibrox club are willing to match the wages Palace pay Butland and are offering him guaranteed first-team football. They are set to lose Alan McGregor at the end of the season and have identified the former England international as a replacement. The Man United loanee had indicated his willingness to join Rangers. However, remaining at Old Trafford could be more appealing. Apart from potentially playing in the Champions League next season, Butland will also get to pocket more money despite being a backup. Man United want a new goalie to challenge David De Gea, but manager Erik ten Hag wants an experienced third-choice option. Butland is yet to make an appearance for the Red Devils since his move in January. Min-Jae ready to embrace Erik ten Hag's project, but Manchester City could play spoilsport. Napoli defender Min-Jae is ready to embrace Erik ten Hag's project at Manchester United next season, according to Calciomercato. The South Korea international has been identified as United's prime target to bolster the central defensive department this summer. The 26-year-old has given the green light for a transfer, and Calciomercato claim that the player is ready to embrace ten Hag's project. United are prepared to trigger the €60 million foreign release clause in his contract that will become active during the first 15 days of July. The Red Devils are currently front-runners to sign Min-Jae, but it is reported that Manchester City can't be ruled out of the transfer race. Napoli have no plans of negotiating Min-Jae's transfer, and United will have to wait until July to trigger the buyout clause in his contract. Hence, there is plenty of time left, but United must not take things for granted. They need to hold initial negotiations over personal terms through his representative. Champions League qualification could be a key factor. In our view, United must finish in the top 4 of the Premier League to sign the former Fenerbahce man. Meanwhile, Pep Guardiola's side continue to be mentioned as rivals for Min-Jae, but United must not allow their arch-rivals to get their hands on the talented star. The Citizens have been dominating the league in recent years, and adding Min-Jae to their squad this summer would further strengthen their title bid next season. West Ham and Newcastle want to sign Harry Maguire and Scott McTominay respectively. West Ham United and Newcastle United want to sign Manchester United duo Harry Maguire and Scott McTominay respectively this summer, according to ESPN. Maguire has become a fringe player in the current campaign, and he is likely to move on this summer amid fears of missing out on the European Championship next year. The Hammers wanted to land him in the January transfer window, and ESPN claim that the East London side are expected to revive their pursuit at the end of the season. McTominay has been similarly linked with a move to Newcastle. He was touted as an option for the Magpies in January, but United were unwilling to sell to a top-4 rival. However, their stance is likely to change this summer with the need for funds. While the Magpies are still interested, it is reported that they won't meet the £40 million asking price. Maguire is no longer considered as a regular starter in central defense. With United interested in signing Kim Min-Jae, he could drop further down the pecking order this summer. Hence, we won't be surprised if he pushes for a move away from Manchester. The Hammers seem prepared to offer him an escape route in the upcoming transfer window. Meanwhile, McTominay continues to remain an important member of Erik ten Hag's squad. He started off the season on a bright note before losing his position to Casemiro. The Scot has continued to impress with the limited game time. Considering he is homegrown and in the prime of his career, United could be tempted to keep him next season. However, the prospect of starting every game could persuade him to move to St. James Park. A transfer may depend on whether United are willing to lower their valuation. Manchester United join Arsenal in the race to sign Martin Zubimendi. Manchester United have reportedly joined Arsenal in the race to sign Real Sociedad ace Martin Zubimendi this summer, as per the Spanish outlet Mundo Deportivo. According to the report by Mundo Deportivo, Arsenal have been monitoring the 24-year-old's development for a long time, and they could finally make a summer swoop to strengthen the midfield department. However, the report claims that signing the Spaniard won't be easy for Arsenal, as Manchester United have now also registered their interest in Zubimendi after being impressed by the midfielder's displays during their clash against Real Sociedad in the Europa League group stage. Mundo Deportivo also says that Zubimendi has a £53 million release clause in his current contract, and Arsenal or Manchester United will have to match that fee to lure the 24-year-old away from the Real Arena, as Real Sociedad don't want to sell their star man for anything less than that sum. It has been suggested that Erik ten Hag is keen on strengthening the United squad in the upcoming transfer window to continue the rebuild, and midfield is an area that the Dutch boss wants to reinforce. The Red Devils have been linked with numerous options over the last few months, with Frenkie de Jong, Alexis Mac Allister and Ryan Gravenberch being among them, but Zubimendi is now emerging as a target.